Chinese dwarf. They also make drunk babies. What? Actually, that explains so much. Because you shouldn't carry your baby while you drink. Is that why they're short? Hi, welcome, Niner here. Today we are watching the Dwarf Fortress review, Strike the Earth and Praise. And don't forget to sum up the video and always check out the original creators. They're lovely, we love their content. He's a funny man.
Hey people, Seth here.
Hey Seth people here.
Today, I'll be covering a long-running cult classic that's still updated and developed to this very day.
Ooh.
A game which chronicles the lives and accomplishments of stumpy alcoholics
Rock and Stone.
as they struggle to avoid sobriety. A game where the most ludicrous events...
Sobriety?
Huh?
What does that mean? Being sober? Like they're always drunk? Niner, this is why we can't have nice things. Oh, come on. I'm real Chinese dwarf. Can you say that? Yeah, because I am actually short. Because dwarf like drinking. Ah, they're always drunk. Makes sense.
Sobriety. A game where the most ludicrous events take place...
They also make drunk babies. What? Actually, that explains so much. Because you shouldn't carry your baby while you drink. Is that why they're short?
as they struggle to avoid sobriety. A game where the most ludicrous events take place daily, where civilizations rise and fall just because someone left a Necronomicon in the public library. A game where the UI is so useless and convoluted that you'd honestly have an easier time playing Microsoft Excel.
Is he playing Minecraft in Microsoft Excel? What the frick? What am I looking at?
Microsoft Excel.
I'm a performance artist. Deep, dark fantasies.
Oh. What the hell is this? Chad, what am I watching?
I'm speaking of...
I'm pretty sure those men are from a yellow site. I'm pretty sure those are from those films, okay? How do you know, Niner? Well, you know, I'm cultured.
Of course, about Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is less of a game and more of a complex fantasy world simulation made by one guy over 20 years, and probably for the rest of his natural and unnatural lifespan, as we plan to crowdfund Tarn Adams a synthetic body so he can focus on what truly matters. Dwarf Fortress really is one of the greatest autism projects to ever blossom.
Why there's so many men showcasing in this game? How is autism game related to that? I don't know how dwarf procreates or what dwarf women look like. Yeah, how do they procreate?
In fact, it's also the hardest game to run on PC. Even an i7 processor chokes and dies the moment you forget to sterilize your cats. If not for the ever-increasing technological demands of Dwarf Fortress, AMD and Intel would be bankrupt right now. To even begin playing Dwarf Fortress...
Why is this game so heavy? What?
You'll need some prescription medication, but more importantly, you'll need a world to play in. So, we create one, we set some parameters, and the game will then calculate 250 fucking years of history for this randomly generated world. And, depending on your computer, this may also take 250 years. Once the world is made, it's all yours. And like an abusive lover, she will caress and beat you senseless, and each time, you'll come back for more.
The original game was all as ASCII character for graphics, so a lot of loading then. I see.
Two main game modes you can play in Dwarf Fortress. You can either choose to embark on distant lands and lead a fortress to ruin, or die horrifically in the pursuit of adventure. To begin, let's cover Fortress mode first. All you have to do is pick a nice place to embark, and that's about it. Despite common myths, Dwarf Fortress isn't complicated. Just follow a couple of tutorials and you'll be a seasoned veteran in no time. You should also download and use the Lazy Noob Pack, because the game is almost unplayable.
I don't know, is he being sarcastic or genuine trying to teach me here? I look at this screen right here and he's like, it's pretty easy if you use this Lazy Noob Pack. Is it? Like out of everything I see on screen right now, the only thing I understand is there's some block on the left and I see cats.
About it. Some may disagree with this statement, but to put it simply, they're fucking wrong. These same people will disagree with my choice of tile set, or the fact that I use a tile set at all. To answer these concerns and make this video that much easier to watch,
It looks like he's doing Microsoft painting on this picture here. Like some abstract painting. I have no idea what I'm looking at. The Steam version is better? Alright, that's good to hear. Some update.
Use a tile set at all. To answer these concerns and make this video that much easier to watch, I will be using all of the tile sets at random. In Fortress mode, you start out with 7 dwarves, given the difficult task of establishing civilization. The longer you survive and flourish, the more migrants will arrive from
Okay. Normal dwarf people.
neighboring cities, attracted by the promise of your growing fortress. From there on, any number of things can happen. Disaster, tragedy, invasions, and tantrum spirals which threaten to end your fort at any given moment. But whether you live or die, just remember, losing is fun. It's impossible. But whether you live or die, just remember, losing is
My man said that losing is fun. He sounds smart.
fun. It's impossible to cover everything. So, let me tell you some stories. The first fortress I ever
Wait,
found—
why did it become 3D? I thought it's a 2D game. I remember Seth saying that if you play the Dwarf Fortress as the office, you won't get caught because it's really looking like colorful Excel spreadsheets. It does! It does!
was absolutely terrible. We had no metal, so instead we fought with sticks and traded pottery for any possible scrap of metal. We also lived in constant fear. There was a were-zebra on the loose. He
What
kept
is
eating
that?
my chickens and trampling my dwarves. As if
Oh,
I couldn't
no.
escape the furry menace in real life, it torments
no.
me in my video games as well. It turned out that the were-zebra was a human musician who plays at my tavern. So I let him stay and snap a few chicken necks every month. The place was actually quite successful. 5 years on and no major invasions. What the hell?
Am I supposed to be understanding here? Okay, I see rabbit, chicken, so this is nature. This is challenging my brain.
Asked my friend, who knows Dwarf Fortress, to take a look. He came back shocked and told me, "You're not at war with the goblins." How? I had no idea. My fortress was a place of culture and learning, of drunken revelry and international diplomatic renown. Life proceeded as normal. And then, one day, one of my guests of honor, a legendary human wrestler, had too much to drink and went into a murderous rage. He proceeded to grab a goblin dancer and pulled off her lower
I shouldn't pause, sorry.
jaw. As she was screaming, he began thrashing her with her own jawbone.
What
The
the
situation quickly deteriorated as she retaliated back. My other dwarves, upon seeing that a man was under attack and, fearing for his life, used appropriate self-defense to remove the assailant's ability to chew food, launched into a furious brawl. It was a bloodbath that marked the beginning of the race riots. Every goblin in my fortress was slaughtered.
Now I'm glad to see this game is in small pixels. That sounds very much gory. Yeah, glad I don't have to see all those blood in 4K and 3D.
For our acts of racial cleansing, the goblins had declared war on us, one we couldn't win, and all because some retard couldn't handle his mushroom wine. Several months later, my fortress was swallowed by the Green Horde. Those who weren't murdered walled themselves off, went crazy and consumed each other. The rest starved to death. Dwarf Fortress, a fun, light-hearted experience for the whole family. My second fortress fared slightly better, until I dug too deep.
What did he discover?
For the whole family. My second fortress fared slightly better, until I
You have discovered an airy cavern. The air above the dark stone floor is alive with vortices of purple light and dark, boiling cloud, seemingly bottomless glowing pits marked to the surface. He dig a hole to the hell, literally. Imagine as a kid, you found this game, you tell your mom, be like, "Mom, I found this new game. I can play as dwarf and I can build a house." And then you wake up, your whole village is murdered by a zebra.
My third, well, we all know how this ends already, right? One of my dwarves got possessed, so I walled off his workshop, forgot about it, and accidentally opened up his crypt in the middle of town. The nauseous fumes from his hot, decomposing body erupted across several levels, driving everyone insane from the sight and stench of his swollen cadaver. In the chaos, a mother dropped her toddler into a shallow pool of water. The child drowned, causing the mother to go into a tantrum and attack an experienced axe dwarf, who decapitated her. The dead bodies caused more tantrums, which would result in even more dead bodies, which eventually reduced my population to a single person, a single axe dwarf, who was now considered legendary, having gained enough experience from beheading everybody else. My fourth...
How can you make babies with a single person? How? No! Why physics exist in video game? Why? Well, rock can flow in the air. Well, you can literally kill something with a sock, and you can have a troll and a freaking fantasy creature. But water will flow physics? Water will drop as physics flow? Like I cannot even English anymore.
Attempt was actually fine. The fortress still stands as a grisly reminder of why we have health and safety. I read online somewhere that you could train your dwarves extremely quickly by constructing a danger room. The idea is simple. We put a dwarf in a room filled with traps, we activate them, and our brave warriors will gracefully dwarf in a room filled with traps.
All these anime character on my screen are mine, right?
Yes!
We activate them, and our brave warriors will gracefully dodge and block every single one of them. But this process wasn't fast enough, so we replaced the traps with coins. We hit the lever, and 500 freshly minted coins would harmlessly ricochet at high speed across the room, turning our dwarves into professional soldiers instantly. However, it didn't work. 500 coins suddenly ricocheted at high speed and destroyed my dwarf's windpipe. Even the best surgeons available couldn't operate quick enough to restore oxygen supply. The cause of death was ruled to be asphyxiation by legal tender. Not to be dissuaded, I tried to optimize coin training. I made my men wear 5 layers of cotton around their necks. The results? Several women were now widows, and about a dozen men were now buried without a throat. It turns out coins are very dangerous. Attempt number 5, my current and final fortress. One day, I receive a notification. One of my master engravers had just sculpted a masterpiece on the dining room wall. I find the engraving and read the description. He just sculpted a drawing of himself stabbing another dwarf, and
a masterpiece of him killing his friend in a video game is a masterpiece.
soon after, he actually stabbed him. What an absolute lad.
Wow.
This was also about the time I decided to embark on a haunted biome. And my personal advice, don't do that. Nothing dies on a haunted biome. The moment you kill an animal, it gets back up. The moment you chop off a limb, it gets possessed and tries to choke you. Did you know this applies to shellfish and crustaceans as well? I didn't, but I've just lost a good fisherman to an undead pile of lobster shells. If all of this sounds...
I've watched that manga!
But I've just lost a good fisherman to an undead pile.
This manga is pretty cursed. If you have not watched this and you like horror, I recommend, okay? It's very disturbing.
Of lobster shells. If all of this sounds like too much to handle, then you can play Adventure Mode instead. Adventure Mode lets you design and control a single character that can interact
here we go, the single character ERP mode. Yes, please.
with influence and shape the world. Once again, it's impossible to cover everything. So instead, I'll share some of my character's exploits. The very first character I ever made was a human, locally renowned for his acts of heroism. I didn't know the controls and didn't really care. I spent my entire time accusing children of being vampires and throwing silver at them until they died. No one dared intervene in my righteous crusade against darkness. Incidentally, one of the...
Are we sure they're vampire or are we sure they're... I think they just got too much time punched by our silver, okay?
Incidentally, one of the people I accused was actually a vampire who proceeded to kill me instantly to get rid of the evidence. My second character was a kobold who had successfully integrated with modern civilization. To demonstrate how integrated I was, I immediately assassinated the king. To my surprise, the guards didn't even care. My reward for committing regicide was monarchy. I had become the new ruler of this kingdom.
Is that easy? Hello? He's not even a dwarf. What? Wait, what?
The rest of my career spreading rumors that the previous king was murdered by myself. Everyone refused to believe it and said I, the king, was full of shit. My third character managed to find a really nice book, a book of necromancy, which I generously donated to one of my fortress libraries. After retiring from adventuring and checking up on the place, I was pleasantly surprised to find the place overrun with undead. Then I got bored and installed some lore-friendly mods. Currently, I'm playing as Vegeta, a local Saiyan prince who accidentally used instant transmission to teleport.
That make me pause my brain for a bit. You can't play Dragon Ball Z in Dwarf Fortress, right? Right?
To hell. There, I learned that the wrestling system in Dwarf Fortress is extremely elaborate, allowing Vegeta to choke hold demons while he plucks out their necks. After returning from the underworld, Vegeta spent several hours vomiting on townspeople and indirectly killed a child by doing push-ups. Later that day, an elvish serf refused to yield to the Saiyan prince. He rejected his generous demands for both of his shoes in exchange for his life. Now, I'm not very good at Dragon Ball Z.
I'm starting to think this game doesn't like children. No, it's just him. So it's not the game, it's Seth.
Man, fuck them kids, bro.
Lore, but I don't remember Vegeta being able to make destructo discs, but who gives a shit? In this mod he can. So I decapitated a bunch of elves with energy discs and turned into a giant ape. Then I got drunk and crawled on the floor, stealing people's genitals. In case you haven't figured this out already, Dwarf Fortress is an amazing game, and not only that, it's unique. There's nothing quite like it. It's a sandbox and you make your own fun, and if you get bored of sand, there's a billion mods out there which make the game that much more intricate and entertaining. Sure, it's hard to get into, but then again, so are nursing homes. I give it a perfect score. Perfection is subjective, which is why everyone will see something different. Or something gay. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This video comes out much later than expected. What's up with that, Seth? You lazy
are you
schmuck.
lazy?
You've not even taken our money.
I thought you do this for money, chat. Look at what he said on his profile page. You don't want money anymore? You don't want big number growing on your bank account? I thought you like big numbers. Don't disappoint us. Make more videos, please.
What's up with that, Seth? You lazy schmuck. You've not even taken our money since November. Truth be told, I took a corporate position in December. Then I realized I can do 100 times more by myself. So, I'm going all in. Seth is going full time. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild who've been generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. I missed the chance to say this before, so Merry Christmas.
What? China #1? My father? Wait, what? I promised my life to country and mall? What is going on in the Discord?
Happy Hanukkah, and have a happy new year.
What? No wonder that Discord got nuked, chat. But thank you for watching with me, and I will see you all on the next video. Mwah!